Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, and today we're going to be playing as the tiny secret nation of Liechtenstein, although it's not really that secret anymore. But did you know that you can form the Holy Roman Empire as them? Probably, but we're going to do it anyway. Now, we're obviously playing as Austria, and we need to go and get the Habsburg back in charge, aka Mr. Otto himself. So it means we need to go down this route here, Legacy of the Empire. We do also need to invite the Royals of Liechtenstein focus. We need to do the better German state, and then we get some extra focuses down here afterwards. And for some unknown reason that I can't really work out, we also need courting the Princess of Industry. And once we've done those focuses and we control a bit of land, we will be getting Liechtenstein. So we'll start running our way down this way of the focus tree. As Austria, though, we do have a few problems of national spirit, especially the treaty here, which means we basically cannot have an army, but we'll fix that later on. That will just disappear. We do have a few other negative bits, but we will get round to fixing them. Seeing as we're going to be at war with Germany pretty soon, we'll start by building a bit of a fort line along the border with them, as we just want to hold this line and they can just throw themselves against us. Plus, we'll get to meet it with the Czech borders as well, or the Czech forts. What we can do on our way to this is restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire, get a load of cores, and it will help us fight Germany. So that's what we're going to head towards first. There is a bit of a nice navy path of Austria. I know you guys would bloody love it if I did that, wouldn't you? But we'll save naval for another day. We will continue down the path to get some cores and territory. The Phoenix insurance scandal. Now, last time I did Austria, you absolutely abused me for not covering the payout. So we'll do the correct way this time, and hopefully I won't get the hate comments like last time. Does mean I don't have the PP for silent workhorse, which we need, because we need to get a lot of PP going. And now we have our glorious leader Otto. He really needs a portrait update, I must be honest. But we have the Habsburg Prince. We can now continue a little bit further. We'll go for a legacy of the empire, and then we'll start getting the decisions to take over land. The not-so-nice men in the government, we will let Anschluss be harder for the Germans to get, which gives us more time to prepare for it. They come back again, and we'll risk retaliation because they won't do sweet FA, and yeah, it'll be harder for them to take us over. We'll do the rebellious rearmament, screw their treaty, we'll just get rid of that, and we'll get some emergency measures for some factories and forts as well, and we can start making some new divisions and changing the templates and actually making an army. Our first level of forts is almost complete, and then we'll go and see if we can get the full 4 at the moment. 150 PP, so we'll go and get the silent workhorse, and that way we're getting 1.5 a day of political power, which we'll definitely be needing that to force the other nations to turn over their land to us. Rebellious rearmament means we get rid of the secret rearmament, we bypass that, so we no longer have the treaty. So we can now go down and start claiming some land. So either way of the Hungary. Oh, what I forgot to mention is we do need reclaim Habsburg and get Switzerland. We do need to own Switzerland for the Liechtenstein to kick off. But we'll start by bringing Hungary back into the fold. Now we have these decisions to ask for them to be annexed. So it's not a great option at the moment. So we'll just do a few of the decisions to make it likely that they'll accept our annexation. With that one, it's very likely, so we'll go ahead and hit that. Very likely, 28 days, and we should annex Hungary. Czech land's done as well, so we'll go after them next. While we wait for them to tick over, we'll go and do the focus of... We'll go Romania next. I think we want a bit of their land to weaken them, because we will have to go to war with them to take them in Yugoslavia. The Kingdom of Hungary folds, so we get all of their land. This one is uncertain at the moment, annexing the Czechoslovak Republic, so we'll just do a few of the decisions to tick that over as well. Likely accept. That will do. We'll see if we'll risk it. We'll risk it for a chocolate biscuit. This could come back to bite me, in which case we'll do a little save spam. Meanwhile, Romania's on the go, and we'll just wait that out. The Czechs do give in. Good, we annex them, which gives us a load more land, factories, manpower, and units. Romania is uncertain, so we'll do a few decisions before we do them as well. They are being guaranteed by France, which is a bit of a problem. We do get a decision to either integrate Hungary or a bit of the Czech. So I believe the Czech has more manpower and factories and bits and pieces, so we'll do that. We do obviously core it all later anyway. Romania folds, which is good, so we get a bit of Romania, which makes them weaker, and we have the mountain range to defend, which makes it easier for us in that. We'll just shorten this front line because we don't need to guard all of that. Yugoslavia folds as well. We're doing all right here. So we get a bit of land and we basically get a round encirclement of a load of their troops as well, which we can take. We do want all of Yugoslavia, so we're going to demand some further land, and they're just always going to refuse. I've never had that accept. We're a bit stuck on what we want to do now. There's no point doing Switzerland. We need to get a bit stronger, so we will probably go down towards the Liechtensteiner focus. The Germans expressed dislike for our military high command. That's none of their business, which means we get an assassination attempt, which we need to foil, otherwise they make it easier for Anschluss, so that will appear as one of these decisions. There we go. So we just need to up the security for a bit of PP and remove that. Yugoslavia refuses, which means we'll just go and immediately declare on them with our free war goal. The Romanians will obviously jump in to help, which is fine. That's exactly what we want. We'll let them attack us for a little bit, waste their equipment and stuff, and then once they've done that, we will jump in and smash them to pieces. There's some free land here which we can actually grab, because they did abandon this pocket up here, which is nice. Our fort wall is done, so let's just go and spam a load of mills now, because we do need a bit of guns in the hand of our soldiers. Yugoslavia has stopped pushing, so I think we can start to do a little bit of pushing back ourselves. We'll start pinning this division here, and we'll start to push the river tile back. We'll just get all these to push. And I've just noted that there is a huge gap here in the Yugoslavian lines. I mean, why are they not moving there? We will 100% be exploiting that. I mean, where have all their divisions gone? Because we are just marching in now. Let's start getting some attack on core territory, and then we can go and get a field marshal. If the Yugoslavians are not even... They're actually trying to push me. They're not even trying to redeploy to cover the front line now. They are idiots. And there goes Yugoslavia, the easiest I think I've ever defeated them. So we'll just go and take all of their land, and we can now turn our attention to Romania. So we'll go and do a nice field marshal order on there. Let's go for the attack. Attack is the best form of defense. So we'll take Frank, and we'll finally get a master of the army, or whatever it's called. Let's see if we can push through this bottom tile. I think there's enough troops there over the river on some of them, but there's only a horsey boy and an infantry, so we should be able to get through. Right, if we can get round to Bucharest, we'll take that, push back the horsey boy again, and again we'll push him. Bucharest is ours. We'll see if we can take the tile. They are falling apart. There's a nice encirclement if we can take that one tile. There's a few divisions here. They are trying to last stand it, but I think they're on their knees. They have reinforced Bucharest, annoyingly. Right, let's go and get the infantry expert. Definitely is going to help us out. We are just mass pushing. We are running out of equipment, to be fair, but we just got to keep pushing. We can reinforce some equipment when we get to the cores we need. 97%, literally one more victory point. If we can push through here, there's a horsey boy with no org whatsoever and no equipment. We'll pin him and see if we can push back. And there we go, Romania is ours, a few guns, and we need to be a little bit careful because we don't want the Soviets declaring on us. We'll have to do a little puppet and then release another nation. Right, that is that done with the puppet. We can now go and restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is ours. We'll get a load of manpower and bits and pieces, obviously, from that. Let's go and get our army on the German border because they are going to be declaring on us pretty soon. We'll also go occupied territories, rebirth there. Now I need to release Ukraine. We'll release them as a puppet and we'll retain their states. We got cores on, just that little bit there because I believe they asked for that, the Soviets as well. Right, we've got a load new factories, so let's get some equipment pumping out. We've also got a load of new manpower which will go in the field. We'll see if we can get out hopefully another army and reinforce to get 3 full armies on the Germans. Let's get some anti-air as well because we have no planes. Because we've got no planes as well, let's go and build anti-air on all of the forts. We don't want the forts strap bombed into oblivion so they can just roll in. Plus, logistic wise, we're going to lose all our trains and trucks. So we'll see if we can mass produce some anti-air. Everything else is trickling up nicely. Let's take the popular figurehead because our stability isn't brilliant. It's only going to get worse when we go to war as well. Germans, press for Anschluss. We will not let them have our land. Everything's good. We are set up. We've got 3 full armies. We are entrenched. I think we are good to roll as soon as they attack. There we go. Germans are in. They're starting to push one specific tile. This always happens where they just find one tile that they want to take. So we just need to do a little bit of microing to make sure we don't fall. We have obviously got the forts on it, but they can attack multiple directions. I'm going to do a little fallback line, and then we're going to plant, I don't know, like 7 divisions on it, because once they're all on there and we sit them there, they should not be able to push, and immediately they've stopped pushing, so I think that will work. Caught in the Princess of Industry is done. We need that for the Liechtenstein, so that's done. Just keep force deploying these out, because the Italians are going to join at some point soon, and we just don't want them to be able to walk straight into our nation, so as long as we got some on the front lines, that'll at least slow them down until we can reinforce. They are starting to push me a couple of tiles, but we'll just do a little bit of reinforcement. They, as soon as we reinforce, they can't really get far. There are a river line there as well, so... I mean, this tile here, I feel like I can push back in, so if we take a few of these troops, we'll go into there. They immediately will lose their attacking bonuses, and yeah, we just push them straight out again, so we'll stop a few of them pushing. To get to the better German state, I've got to do this one for a war goal against Germany for 70 days, who I'm already at war with. Make it make sense. The Germans are throwing themselves at us still. We've got plenty of equipment. Well, we're almost reached where we are at neutral with the equipment. Our deficit is God, so that's okay. I can go up a conscription law if I need, but I've got 600,000. Let's go grand at battle plan expert for the XP, and we'll do a few towards more mountaineers so we can get some expert mountaineer troops out. USA wants to send us loads of equipment, but we do not have enough convoys for that, as always. If you could give me some convoys to ship it over, and that'd be much appreciated, America as well. The Germans have stopped pushing. They have lost quite a bit of equipment by the seams of it. They are trying to push down here, but we are getting more divisions to reinforce. The future of Austria-Hungary. Now, last time I think we went to integrate the cause, but I want the stability because we don't need the cause, because we'll get that from the Holy Roman Empire, so we'll just do the bottom one. Let's move our mountaineers up here, because they should be able to smash through these little tiles where they've got a few divisions, because they are absolutely trying to pummel us at the bottom, and I think we can get a good portion of their army to be encircled here. We do need a bit of logistics though with the trucks, otherwise we're going to run out of org. And our troops are just cutting through them easily. Well, I mean, it's one division, so it was never going to be difficult. We'll just make sure we leave some troops behind so we don't get encircled ourselves, and then we'll literally just walk into these tiles and encircle the majority of their troops here. Right, these mountaineers should make short work of this encirclement, and that is actually quite a good portion of the German army, so that is a very big blunder from them. That's a good 30 divisions, 30 or 40 divisions of the Germans just getting absolutely crushed here. We are missing a little bit of artillery, but that's fine. That's because there's loads of it in our mountaineers. Right, Greece has joined because Italy's attacked them, which means the Allies are now in the war, which is a bit of a shame. I hope they don't get too much war score. We do need to go to war with Italy now, so we will force that if they don't eventually declare on us. That is the end of that pocket, lovely jubbly. The Germans are so weak because they're now covering the borders with the Allies, so we'll get our mountaineers here and we'll just push into Berlin. We'll just get both of these on, they're going to be fine. We need to quickly end this before the Allies can get enough war score. Let's go and do the Switzerland claim now to see if they hand over. We are obviously very strong, so they should do. If not, I think if I attack them, they'll join the Axis, which we can take in the peace deal as well. Germany's on its knees anyway, so that'll be over. There goes Germany, and they had actually no equipment. They give me a few trains and bits and pieces, but that's them dealt with. We're now pushing into Italy as quickly as possible. We'll get all of the troops up here as well to reinforce. The Soviets have declared on Poland. That is actually fantastic news, because it means the Allies are going to be at war with the Soviets, which means when we got to go to war with the Allies over some of the claims for the Holy Roman Empire, they will be distracted fighting the Soviets, so that'll be very, very handy. The Swiss actually refuse. We do get the annex war goal against Switzerland, so they're not guaranteed by anyone, which is good. So we'll take the war goal and let's just immediately declare on them. I'm hoping, praying that they don't join the Allies. No, they join the Axis. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Our plan is coming together. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? There's the Italian Civil War. Now, I really hope that they are our puppet. They are indeed our puppet. Great. Yeah, we might as well transfer the territory because we're going to have to annex them anyway, so we might as well make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Oh, and that's the end. We didn't even have to take the majority of Italy. We barely even pushed into them. Okay, fine. We have got majority of the war score, so we need to grab everything we need, especially basically Germany is what we need. We got majority. We did leave a little bit of Germany who are now We have a war goal on them still. They're not part of the Allies, so that's okay, but they'll probably join them. So once the truce is over, we can just take that out easy peasy. Switzerland is still on the go though, so we do need to push into them, but the Allies aren't at war with them, so that is all ours, which is good. Once we've taken that, it should then kickstart the Liechtenstein, which is, you know, part 1 of our deal. We also have quite a big navy that we've stolen. And there goes Switzerland. We're the only one. Oh no, the Allies were in it, but they weren't doing anything, so fine. We'll just take all the land, thank you. And now we just have to wait a little bit, and it should trigger the event we're after. Otto van Habsburg wishes to be on the battlefield. You go forth, Archduke. You can become a field marshal. And then we will now be known as Liechtenstein. We turn a lovely colour. We get a new flag. We obviously get a new leader as well. Political power gain, recruitable pop bit stability. Fine. Don't really care about that. We get Otto, who is a terrible field marshal in fairness. More importantly, we've got our decision to revive the Holy Roman Empire. So we're missing a little bit of Germany, that one place. Luxembourg, a little bit of France, and the Dutch and Belgians. And then the north of Italy as expected. So we will have to go to war with the Allies. Luckily, we don't need to go to war with the Soviets though. And here's our 2 new focuses. Purchasing Alaska, so we can pay for a bit of Alaska, which, you know, I really don't see the point of. But we can also get a war goal against Haiti over the flag. Again, I don't see the point of. We'll just not do any of these focuses, but it's cool that they appear. Let's line our divisions up now. So we have got quite a bit of a war ahead of us. I mean, not really actually thinking about it, because all I've got to do is push the Allies out of a few territories, which shouldn't be a problem where they are distracted by the Soviets anyway. I suppose it depends how long our truce is. 28th of September this year. Okay, that's not bad actually. A few months, so we've got time to prepare, which is good. They are guaranteed by the Allies, so that would draw them in. So we don't need to actually declare a war on the Allies. Bulgaria still exists in the Axis, and we do have Greece, so either of them might turn on us, but it's not the end. Well, I mean, Greece definitely, so we'll move troops there. Everyone else is fine. We are getting a load more divisions out of the door as well to reinforce our front lines. Italy has actually got a focus tree bit here where eventually they're going to be fighting for independence or force independence, so we want to annex them as soon as possible. Are you interested in a load of convoys from us, Italy? Tough, because you're getting them anyway, and we'll up your autonomy that way. We're also building a load of infrastructure in your lands as well. Just need to wait for 1 more PP, and then there we go. We can now annex Italy. You are under Liechtenstein's command now. We'll go and declare on Germany, which will join the Allies, call them in. We are at now war with Japan, but who cares about that? They all join in. All of our front lines are ticked off. The Allies had no time to prepare for this, so they have got barely anyone on their front line, so we'll just push into France and grab all the territory that we actually need. There goes the Netherlands. Belgium, we're still waiting for a war goal, and same with Luxembourg. I have to declare on them manually, I didn't realise that. There goes China, so Japan is doing bits. We're only 1942 in January, but Japan has beaten China. Does France still... They do have... It's 1942 France. Why have you still got disjointed government? I mean, that makes it easy. All I'm going to do now is just beeline my way to Paris, and they should capitulate there. There goes Free France. It's giving it all to the Soviets because that is the most logical thing to do, isn't it? And I'm not joining their faction, so we'll just let them come in and take their land. We just need Belgium, the little bit of Nice down there, and then Luxembourg. Got our war goal on Belgium, so let's just declare on them, and we should easily overpower them. We've got another 20 days for Luxembourg. Belgium just capitulated rather quickly. I'd barely even taken like 2 bits of their territory, but fine, we'll quickly move here before the French come back in. Just waiting on Luxembourg now. And that is Luxembourg done. Some lovely equipment which we don't need, but we'll take. And we can finally revive the Holy Roman Empire. We've taken Austria into Liechtenstein. And then we've now made the HRE, and we become a lovely grey, a lovely new flag. He gains absolutely nothing, but we have rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire, a load of new cores, 5 million manpower. We are now a mega chunky boy, and we've taken the tiny, small, formidable nation that's not actually that small and not that secret and not that tiny, And we form the Holy Roman Empire. Now, Britain has got Halifax in charge for some reason, but not the point. A lot of ships, and so is America. So the question is, do you want the Holy Roman Empire rules the waves? We've got an average, pretty small and crappy navy to start with. I am researching a load of naval stuff because we need to. We are building a lot of dockyards, and we've got everything else. We have got some naval experimental, so I could go and use some modern carriers and battleships as well. We're in 1942, so we've got a long way to go yet in terms of the timeline. Do you want me to take the Holy Roman Empire and do a navy video from this save is the question. So I'll do like a little pinned comment on this video. If it gets, say, 1,000 likes, I'll release the Holy Roman Empire rules the waves, and we'll do a naval one, and we'll test out the modern stuff as well. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to our members for always supporting the channel. Let me know what you want to do next, and if it is the naval video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.